Hello. Let me just turn this down. Everybody, welcome to the stream. And today is a bit of a test stream. Is that in focus? Ooh. Yes, perfect. We're talking about a few things, but first of all, I just wanted to go live. This is sort of the new setup we've got going for the ROUNDology show, which is going to be, I'm trying to make it an ongoing regular show to get the regular viewers of this channel to sort of come on and have a chat and do that. I've got to schedule the streams. I know I've got to do that, and got to get a little bit better at doing it. But I've had a new microphone. I've done a little bit of tweaking with the setup. I've had a new audio excuse me. I've had a new audio interface, so the microphone goes in there, and hopefully it sounds pretty good. This is the microphone. It's the Audio Technica 8220. Got it last week. Just been playing with it. Had a few sort of issues with. Couldn't figure it out. Audio's a big problem. TubeFlix is in the house. How we doing, TubeFlix? Chris, how we doing, mate? Thanks for popping on. Audio is a massive. It really annoys me. I've spent probably 2 or 3 hours going through the audio, trying to set this up, plugging in the microphone so I can hear the microphone, and I want to hear the computer audio as well when playing videos and doing stuff like that. And it's a bit awkward, but nevertheless we've sorted it out. Then I was getting an echo, so I can do this where I can hear the audio and a bit of my audio, so it's got real time, no latency feedback from my voice, so I can hear what I'm saying and I don't sound stupid. Although I sound stupid anyway, but I know that, but never mind. But we're just gonna wait. It's sounding great. Good. That's good. Glad to hear that you're good, Chris. All things considered, I know it's a bit of a nightmare at the moment, isn't it? Paul Macefield with the first comment ever. Thanks, Paul. Sounds good to me. Cheers, dude. It's a nice microphone. It wasn't too expensive, actually. I tried to keep the cost down with the combination of things. I bought the lead, I bought the microphone, I bought the USB interface for about 140 quid. And so I did a bit of researching and whatnot to see what was good and what wasn't. And this sounds pretty good. So, yeah. That's what I meant to say. I meant to say it right at the beginning of the stream, but we're doing it 4 minutes in. Subscribe if you're watching this after the fact, which is kind of one of these videos that maybe you would. I do these with the intention of having the videos being watched after the fact, because not many people tend to hop on live, because I've got to get a bit bigger and a bit more organised with scheduling the streams more often. So the more consistent I am with these, obviously people are tuning in every week expecting me to go live, so that's one of the key points. The other thing is to subscribe to the channel if you're watching this after the fact. If you're listening about Adobe's speed up and the new Sony ZV-1, then these are the things we're going to talk about today. Then make sure you subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. I had somebody last week actually ask me, if I subscribe to you, how much does it cost? I went, it doesn't cost anything. It's it's free. The word subscribe is kind of misleading, because you subscribe to Netflix and you subscribe to Amazon Prime, and it seems some people think it comes with a cost, but it doesn't. And until we get to 1,000 subscribers, guys, and then you can drop me those super chats. You know, Paul, drop me 20 quid or something. You know what I mean? So, also, what I'll do in the description below is include a timestamp to when we start talking about the thing, so I'll watch the video back after and write down the time, and you can go in the description below, press the blue timestamp, and it takes you to the point in the video where we start talking about the interesting stuff. If you don't want to listen to me ramble, that's another thing that I thought about doing. So we're just going to give it a bit longer to see if anybody else pops on. It is 3 minutes past. Just see, I was waiting for Jelly Duck. Now we can start the show. Jelly Duck's on. dude, it is very, very true, Chris, about the subscriptions. People literally don't understand about subscriptions. I think that I need to do a video. Maybe I'll do a video about subscribing to YouTube channels. I subscribe to anybody that I want to support. I subscribe to anybody that interests me or they're doing something different. I subscribe to people. You're subscribing, you're giving people your time, you're not giving people money. That's the way you got to think about it. Hey there, Alexander. Jelly Duck likes calling me Alexander. Jelly Duck, only my mother calls me Alexander when I'm in trouble. So if you hear the words Alexander, I knew I was always in trouble. So when you say Alexander, it sends a shiver down my spine. I'm a bit dry-throated. Sorry, dudes. I've been playing football in the garden with Jake. So yeah, Jelly Duck Alexander. Okay, let's get to the topic then. We're 7 minutes in. What I wanted to talk about, I wanted to show you this. Let me just make sure on my screen I'm on the right bit because I'm watching myself. If you're interested, has anybody live streamed before? I cancelled Sony last year and it saved a fortune, Virgin. Yeah, Virgin. I'm not very happy with Virgin because my internet's rubbish at the moment. It's obviously because everybody's at home. Right, so if I show you this, we'll go into the display capture. Hopefully you can still hear me. Can you hear me? If the music's too loud, guys, let me know in the comments and I'll turn it down. Xander the Great doesn't have the same thing. So this is what it looks like when I'm looking at you. This is what you have to set up for a live stream. You got the basic information, the title, all your information there. I'm not going to go down because it gives you the encoder information, so you could live stream on my channel if you wanted to. And yeah, all this here. So you have to set up a thumbnail and stuff like that. Create highlight. What's that all about? I've never pressed that before. So this is the old live streaming dashboard, but I haven't really tried using the new one. I don't know if you can do all the things on the new one that you can on OBS. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, I digress. So yeah, we've got 3 people watching. So this is the news I wanted to tell you. Maybe we'll just mute that music a little bit. Like so. So this is the news I wanted to talk about. I hope there's no dodgy adverts on this website. Joe Rogan. I don't know if you know who Joe Rogan is. Joe Rogan. Oh, it's BBC News. Joe Rogan is a famous podcaster. He started 11 years ago. He was a stand-up comedian for years. He started doing commentating on UFC fighting. Very, very famous. And then he started a chat show essentially on YouTube, a podcast, and the Joe Rogan Experience became one of the biggest. It's got podcasts ever. It's got 11 million, 8 million subscribers on YouTube, another 6 million on the second YouTube channel. He had 100. This down here. How many downloads last year? He had. I read it. I've really got to take a screenshot of these and highlight the facts I wanted to share with you. Yeah. 8.42 million subscribers. But I read somewhere that his podcast got downloaded 190 million times last year. Where did I read that? Anyway, that's what I mean. This is what I've got to get better at this. Yeah, so he signed a deal with Spotify to come off YouTube, to go onto Spotify exclusively. No video, so there's not going to be a video. It's not going to be a vodcast. It's just going to be a pure podcast audio show, radio show, if you like, podcast audio only. From September onwards, they're stripping all the videos off YouTube. Which I can't believe. yeah, it will. That's it. It will be housed on exclusively on Spotify by the end of the year and removed from all other platforms. Whether they will actually take the videos off YouTube, I don't see them doing that. Can you? I don't think. I don't put the chat on this page. I don't think they're gonna. Oh, hold on. What have we done? See, here we go. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna add the browser source. Hey, there we go. So I can see the chat on the screen there as well. Cool. I'm not sure. But anyway, he signed a new contract. He's made $100 million out of it for doing a podcast for 11 years. Not bad work. I was just wondering whether or not he'd done the right thing, whether or not he did it for a reason. Maybe with all this pandemic that had been happening recently, he'd thought maybe this is a time to get out or that's a big retirement chunk. That is 100 million to actually just take the 100 million, carry on doing the podcast, keep on getting paid, and have that 100 million for his retirement plan. That's what I'd do, even if it meant that not having YouTube as a platform anymore. I'd be quite happy with that. So that is interesting. It is one of the things I'm disappointed because it's one of the things that me and Paul will testify as well that we watch a lot of the time when it comes to watching YouTube. It's just it's disappointing because I watch that a lot. Whenever he uploads a video, I listen to it while I'm driving, and it's something that I'm quite disappointed about it, to be honest. Right. Anybody got any comments on that, guys? Want to let me know what you think about Joe Rogan, if you're disappointed about it, or you're not knowing what Joe Rogan is? I need to move my logo to the top, don't I? Because my Xander Round logo is going to be covering it on this video. Tell you what we'll do. Should we do that now? Oh, I can't because it's not separate. Oh dear. Okay, we'll have to do that another time. Okay, another thing, which is a video I've recorded today. I've actually tested this today, and it actually does work. Adobe, if you're an Adobe user, I don't know if anybody is that watches this, but if you're clicking on this video after the fact, Adobe have promised in this new update that I've just updated in Premiere Pro that any computers with NVIDIA or AMD GPUs will get a massive, up to 5 times faster encoding speed for when you're encoding your videos. And I did a little test on this today. I did a video of me just tidying up the garage with the GoPro, all 4K 60, and it did it in more than double the speed. The first encode of the same clip was 19 minutes and 40 seconds before I updated. I then updated Adobe Premiere and it did it in 8 minutes 9, I think, or 8 minutes 20, something like that. So it was more than double the speed. So that is just from a software update, which means, like my mate Paul was saying recently, after I spoke to him about it, that they've been holding that back. The hardware is more than capable of being a lot faster. It makes you wonder that you've got the same hardware in the computer, but just with a quick software update, they can more than double the speed of your GPU, which is, I haven't even got one of the top end GPUs. I've got a 1050 Ti GTX from NVIDIA. It's sort of a base GPU, although it's good to have a separate GPU. It's still a base model, and it more than doubled it. It just shows how much they hold back on technology these days, as far as I'm concerned. And like Paul said, Apple are not going to be very happy at all. I'm going to stop drinking and eating at the same time as live streaming. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Chris. agreed. Seems to be a bold move. Completely move away from YouTube. Yeah. But if somebody came up to us and somebody came up to me and said, "Here's £100 million, quit your job," essentially, then yeah, I'd do it as well. I'd put that 100 million in the bank. I'd carry on doing the talking podcasts, less stress because it's not on video, just doing the same thing as he was doing all the time and just getting paid. Yeah, Paul, they've definitely been holding back, dude. Just specing a new PC and choosing the GPU is a meh. Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert at all. I do know that you're going to need, if you're doing any kind of encoding, video encoding or gameplay, and like a separate GPU in your computer is essential. I've been very happy with the 1050 Ti. It runs games. It runs games good. I've been playing Battlefield. I've been playing FIFA this week, and it runs them perfectly. So I fully recommend just getting a 1050 Ti, or even the 1060 is. The 1060 Ti is a massive upgrade on the one I've got. So are you here? I've been thinking about upgrading the GPU, but there's so many other things I want to buy. I'm not sure. So yeah, Paul was mentioning to me as well today that there's this move away from what was Paul saying? Move away from Apple aren't going to be happy because yeah, so holding back. NVIDIA and AMD have been holding back with their GPUs. Just a simple. It took me 5 minutes to update that today, the Premiere Pro, and it just it did it. Let's just click this. Sorry, guys. It doubled the speed, and then I can see I can see Apple totally moving away from ARM within the next Intel to ARM within the next 12 months. Yep. So there's already been a rumor, hasn't there, that or has it been confirmed that Apple had like a 10-year contract with Intel and they're dumping them at the end of this year. So yeah, we're going to see some more powerful computers from Apple hopefully coming up. That'd be interesting. So yeah, that was good news today. Other massive news. Oh, if you want to, if you're skipping to this timestamp that I put down below, then you're going for a. I'm really excited about this because I've been looking for a second camera. I've been saving a little bit of money, and the money's been burning a hole. I nearly bought other stuff, but I've been saving it, and yeah, this is the next bit of news that Sony. Sony are going to be releasing a camera on the 26th, which is supposedly called the ZV-1. Looks like an RX100, but it's customized for vloggers, specifically for vlogging. A perfect vloggers camera. That's what we've all been waiting for. There's a lot of people being hoping for sort of a new RX100 or the new what's the action cam they do? Is it the X3000 or something? Just a new version of that so you could do vlogging on it. But they tweeted this. I got this email. Tune in on the 26th. I was like, ooh, what's that? And then we've got some different sort of images here that may or may not be true, but I've heard there's going to be a massive record button on there, so it's easy to press record when you're vlogging yourself like this. And also there's going to be a instant bokeh button, so you press the bokeh button and it'll get nice depth of field whilst you're vlogging. It will do some kind of clever trickery with the software, and when you're shooting yourself, get that nice depth of field that we love. I mean, look at this. Look at the depth of field. That behind me is, yeah, well, we love the Sigma lenses. We cannot beat them. So it's supposedly going to come out with a 28 to 70 millimeter zoom, 1.8 to 2.8, which is good. It's going to have a built-in ND filter, which is pretty much essential with these sort of compact cameras because you can't screw any variable ND filters. So to get that bokeh, you're going to need that. So yeah, like I said, a one-touch bokeh button, which would be, whoa, that'd be very, very cool. So we're going to see this sort of grip with the controls on for record. Let's see if we can find any better photos than that, actually. ZV-1. Let's go on to all. There's a few videos on this already, so leaked first details. So yeah, it's going to have that side flip out. It's going to have the microphone on the top as well. Compact camera with a microphone input. Canon will be pissed off. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, it's going to have obviously decent autofocus. Most Sonys have good autofocus. I'm trying to get a picture of that. The handle for you. No, I got the picture of the handle for the thumbnail, so why can't I find it now? So here we go. So it's gonna have this sort of cool handle that we've seen before for vloggers. So it tilts, and it's hopefully got some kind of tripod on the bottom. Then you've got controls where you can take a photo, movie, and what's that there? That'll be like zoom and unzoom, and that'll be that's a lock button, so you can lock the controls. But that is very exciting. Tim Arscock, Uncle Tim is in the chat as well. Finally caught me live. It is late there, or is it early? I think it's what time is it in Brisbane? In Brisbane it's early, 6:20. Got to keep track of Danny Black, because when we're trying to chat and text each other, it's like the time difference blows my mind. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, Tim. That's good to see you, mate. It's tricky with the time difference over in Australia. So all those fires seem a long way away, don't they? After all this crap we've been going on. So yeah, 6:20 in Melbourne as well. Yeah, so it's early riser like me, mate. Early riser. So that's pretty much it. I know Tim's just tuned in, so I feel bad for wrapping it up. But we've talked a little bit about the new Sony camera. Joe Rogan moving to Spotify. That's big news for me, because he's one of my favourite YouTubers. And Adobe updating their encoder software to make stuff so much faster, and there's a video coming out, so if you do watch this after the fact, make sure you do subscribe, because there's videos on that. There's other stuff coming out soon. We're going to do a bit of a review on this microphone that we've done, and plenty of, I've got about 4 vlogs on the computer. I don't know if you can I show you my no, I don't think I can. I was going to show my desktop, but because I've changed the resolution for OBS, it's a bit of a mess. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll finish it now. We're going to work, like I said, on doing these streams more often. I'm trying to think of a time or that would suit everybody, because I like to get all the Australian guys in, with like Tim and Danny and Jay Boston, all those. I'd like to get them on the stream, so trying to figure out a time that's good for everybody in this country to watch, and for all my other fans on the other side of the world to come and watch as well. Fans, hey dudes, we're only 12 subscribers away from watching Tim. When are you coming to Australia on a holiday with the family? Well, that is a good point. Danny has actually offered to put us up. If we did get over there, just get the flights, and we'd buy his food and stuff for a week, and he'd put us up. So yeah, that's it's definitely a possibility. So we're gonna wait and see what happens with all this travel ban and stuff, and hopefully within the next couple of years, it's definitely on the list of stuff to do. That's definitely for sure, because it would be great to get over there and meet up with all those guys. Do something cool, do some live streams and stuff in Australia would be a lot of fun. Me and Danny talk about it quite a lot, actually, about how good would it be to live closer and have like that sort of all of those guys in a group and do some stuff. We could be very productive, I'm sure. But yeah, it's we'll definitely get over there at some point. It's just a matter of time, but it's cost as well, obviously. So yeah, that'd be super cool. Paul, can I come? Yeah, dude. We should organise some kind of mass getaway. I don't know. I don't understand, why we can't do that. We should organise a bunch of people to come over there. There's a few people over here that I know that watch Danny Black. We should do it and go over and stay and have a big party with all those Jay Boston, Scott from YouTube. Get all those guys over there and have a good old knees up. That'd be a lot of fun. So hopefully in the future, not too distant future, we can sort something out like that. That'd be fun. So yeah, like I said, I'm trying to sort this out so we can do it on a regular basis, and then you'll know when I go live, and you'll know when to tune in, and we can talk about stuff that's happening in the week. I'm not too bothered about making it too massively overcomplicated. I've got this setup now I'm going to stick with. The microphone sounds pretty good by the sound of it. Brisbane to Melbourne is 1,600 kilometres, 18 to 20 hours solid drive. Oh, okay. Okay. It's hard to understand the distances in Australia, how big it is, how vast it is massive compared to our country. So I can you could drive top to bottom in, I don't know, 8 hours, I think. 8 hours maybe, from the top of Scotland all the way down to southern England. So, yeah, I mean, if we can organise it. We can meet, we can do something halfway, or get a cheap little internal flight to go and meet Jay Boston and all you guys down there. If you go, consider Flight Centre to book your flight. Just finished working for them, amazing company, Flight Centre. Okay, I will make a note of that for Flight Centre. Are they sort of a they search all the flights for you, like a Skyscanner kind of company? I take it that's what kind of company it is. Cool. We'll definitely keep a note of that, mate. Definitely. England fits into the boundary of the state of Victoria. Right. We're going to have to do this while we're live. We've got nothing else to do, have we? Let's face it, because we're all locked down. If I get an Australian map up. Because I heard something that the bushfires that happened would have basically engulfed the whole of the UK. So, here we are. So, Okay, so Western Australia is where Perth is on the west coast. South is Adelaide. This is like a lot of desert, isn't it? Alice Springs and Darwin up there. There's where Brisbane is. That's where Danny is, in Brisbane and the Gold Coast. And Sydney. And Melbourne's... Okay, Melbourne's miles away. Okay, I didn't realise it was that far away. Isn't... Sydney, Canberra. Okay. Blimey. You just can't get over. So, where's Victoria? Oh, so that's Victoria where Melbourne is. So, England fits into the boundary of the state of Victoria. So that's the state of Victoria. So these states, all these different states. I'm not very good at. I don't know Australian geography. So England would go into there. Whoa, that is just shows how tiny we are, doesn't it? Wow. Okay, and then Tasmania down there, Hobart. Right, very cool. Okay. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And hopefully we'll get over there one day. I want to go in the Northern Territory and see if I can survive for 2 weeks. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to end it there. We're going to... Oh, what's this? Tim's just put, very easily, the area covered by the fires was extensive, but the 1930s saw a fire that burnt out most of Victoria. So most of Victoria down on the south was burnt out. It is crazy how stuff like that happens. And hopefully it doesn't happen like that every year, but the signs aren't great with climate change and whatnot. You know, it destroys homes and destroys livelihoods like this pandemic has. But you know, that is you know, the fires are devastating. At least you can shield in your own home from this pandemic. You can't shield from fires in your own home. You've got to go onto the beach and in the crowds and hide from the fires and hope it doesn't engulf your whole home. And it's yeah, I watched some of the footage. It was very, very scary. I'm trying to remember. That was Danny's friend, Steve McLaughlin. He lost his house, didn't he? They're rebuilding at the moment, I'm sure. And I saw the video of them trying to fight off the fire, and then they had to get down to the beach and just wait it out, basically, with whatever water and food they had with them. So very sad. But yeah, it's another, you know, act of nature, isn't it? Right. Great sound, mate. Worth the effort. Cheers, Chris. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. It sounds pretty good. It's XLR microphone plugged into a USB interface, and it's a lot better than the Snowball from Blue I had before. That was just something that you couldn't tweak as much. Now this has got a lot more settings and gain settings and stuff like that. So it's I can do that and mess about with it a bit more and make the sound a lot crisper. But yeah, that's it. Lovely to speak to you live. It's been too long. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. I really appreciate you popping on, mate. Thanks. It's always it's crazy when you think we're having a little bit of a chat, and you're on the other side of the world. It's absolutely bizarre. It really is. And further on down the line, I've got this little. The idea is to get this set up so we can have guests on. So, any of you guys that are here now, just let me know. Drop me a line, and we'll get you on the show at some point. Because I've got this other. I haven't set it up. This screen, so we can get a guest in here. We'll get Danny on pretty soon, and we can have a good old chinwag one of the days. And so yeah, anybody who wants to come on the show, just let me know, and we'll get that sorted out. I'm just trying to figure out what the best way is to do it, because Skype's very unreliable. Whether we can do it with Zoom, it's just me trying to organise it and get it all sorted. But this is working well on my end. Whether we can get you guys on, well, I'll sort that out in the very not too distant future. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you everybody for the conversation. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Paul, no doubt. The rest of you, make sure you tune in next time. Thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate it, and stay safe, everybody. I'll see you soon. Take it easy, guys.